Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. My name is Avi and I read books, and today I got for you guys a reading vlog. It's currently the 1st of October when I'm filming this, and that means Becca's Spookoplathon is here again. I got the board on my iPad. I think I have done like filmed videos for this once before, like one of the previous versions, and I always do it on my iPad because first of all I don't have a printer, so I don't see why I should print it out, and second of all I don't like to use paper that I might need to throw out, and I don't really have a journal or something that I use where I can just stick it in. So I always use it on my iPad. As a counter, I mostly just use like a little thing from like a pen or a marker. And then if I have my book, I just cross off where I left. So next time I need a book, I just use it again. So I got the Spookoplathon board. In case you don't know what a Spookoplathon is, I will leave the link down to the readathon down below. I'm gonna try to film every week and do vlog because I didn't really make a TBR. I'm gonna do a little bit of like roll as you go because I am a mood reader and I do make TBRs, but then I loosely follow them because I am a mood reader. So I try to pick the books on my TBR. So I mostly make my TBR a little larger than I think I would probably read, so I can pick out of those books. So my TBR pile is smaller to pick out, but I do try to read the books that are on my TBR. But I thought, you know what, I feel like a mood reading month, and I know it's still with prompts and everything, so it's not a full-on mood reading month, but it's more or less. Let's get going. So I'm gonna see what book I am going to pick. I am halfway through Take Hint Danny Brown, and if I can pick it for the readathon, I will just finish it and count it as book read, because I'm like halfway through, like maybe not even almost halfway through, so then I'll just use it. If I was like a couple of chapters in, I would use it. So let's just roll the dice. Oh, second of all, so these are my community shelf cards. These are my prompt cards where I use my TBR for. And then I have like these wheel of names with the 10 books that I wanted to read this year. So I made a list, a video already about that, about the 10 books I want to read this year before the end of the year. And I made a list of the books that I haven't read yet. I knew some of them I actually want to probably DNF, but I just put them on the list because then I can just try them, and if I feel like DNFing them, I can just DNF them and they can get out of the collection. I'm gonna try to film this as good as properly possible. I got my counter, like put it over there, and let's roll the dice. Okay, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Purple. I landed on a purple book. I already marked it, so I know for future reference if I finish a book where I have to start. Okay, I still have to finish Take Hint Danny Brown, but that is obviously not a purple book. I might just read it slowly throughout the weeks, or I might just finish this one first and then start my purple book. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think a couple of hours and this one is finished. I do have a Dutch ebook version of it, so maybe I can just use it as my nighttime book, and the other one as like my physical book as my main book. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. Today is also a day, it's lazy Sunday, but I went out yesterday, so I'm pretty tired today, so I don't even know if I get much reading in. But the purple book was actually really great to have because I have a book club. Well, I don't have a book club, but I participate in a book club, and we were reading a Belladonna for that one, and that's a purple book, so it's great to actually have this one as my first book, so I can start reading it straight away. I also recently bought it, so it was really high in my TBR. And obviously I was planning on reading it in October anyways, so the question is finishing Take a Hint, then starting Belladonna, or just starting Belladonna and Take a Hint on a slower version. But I am really into to Take a Hint, so I think I'm gonna finish this one first and then go over to my actual first read, and that is Belladonna. Okay, it's Sunday evening and I actually haven't read that much. I've read, I think like an hour, not even, I think maybe a little less than an hour, but I just been doing a lot of different stuff and I woke up pretty late, so I still need to read 3 hours and 41 minutes, but I'm deciding to at least just finish reading this one first. and then starting off Belladonna so I can just focus on this, because otherwise I would be starting way too many books. Because I actually remember, I don't really think I have mentioned all of the books I'm currently reading. So I'm currently reading Take a Hint, Danny Brown. I'm also reading Organiseer je Leven by Els Jacobs, which I think is a Dutch author, I'm not sure, but it's a non-fiction book about organizing and planning and everything. I do not know if I'm gonna like it or if it's anything for me, but I decided to just start off with it to see if I like it. I try to read non-fiction, not like non-stop or something, but I like to have a non-fiction book the last couple of months to also learn new stuff. So I'm just dabbling into what I'm liking and what I'm not liking. So currently I started that one, I think yesterday, so I'm like one chapter in and I'm not disliking it, but I don't know, like sometimes I do feel like I can have stuff that can improve with organizing and planning and stuff like that. But then again, it's not that I need it, but you know, any tip or trick could work. So those are that, and then I'm also reading Finley Donovan is Killing It by El Cosimano. It's currently Monday around 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't really have any plans or anything to do. I'm a little bit tired, but not like too tired to read or to not be focusing on my books. I did chose to finish Take a Hint, Danny Brown, not for the readathon obviously, but I just finished this one first because I'm really enjoying the story. I'm really into it, and it would be a shame to like put it more on the background because I have a readathon going. Then I'll just do it later. Maybe if I roll a second roll soon and it's something that fits this one, I can just use it for that one or something. We will see. It just doesn't fit for the current one. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Is actually not gonna, maybe not read the entire night or something, because I just came out of trying to read for 24 hours, which failed miserably for like challenge ways. But I'm gonna see how I feel. Maybe I read throughout the night, evening. Maybe I won't. And I'm gonna start off with my 10 pages of nonfiction that I try to read every day, and then I'll just go back to Take a Hint, Danny Brown. According to my booklet, I need to read that one for like 4 hours. I'm not gonna read for 4 hours tonight, so I won't finish it tonight, but maybe I can get a pretty big dent further into it. Okay, I'm currently still watching those dice sprints. I'm like an hour in. I haven't been reading that much because I've also been doing some other stuff in the meanwhile. I'm pausing the sprints for it. And they're like 6.5 hour sprints, so I might take a long time to catch them up on them. Wow. But that's okay. The thing was, there was a double roll, and a double roll means actually switching books. So I was really in a dilemma of like starting Belladonna now. But then again, I was like, but I am reading so many books at once currently, because I'm reading an audiobook that I've been reading for like 2 months, I think, that I really want to start finishing. I'm also reading Finley Donovan is Killing It. I'm also reading Danny Brown. And I'm also reading an, like the fourth book I'm also reading is a non-fiction book that I'm definitely not gonna read like in sittings. I just read a couple. I decided I'm flapping my pencil from my iPad around because I'm planning on doing a second roll already, to see if any of the books that I'm currently reading fits that prompt, because most of them I am halfway through or not even halfway through. I think the only one I might be over halfway through is like my audiobook, but I don't think it's bad that you're already in the middle of books that I'm reading. I will figure that out later on tonight or tomorrow if I feel like I can't submit that book or something. I don't know. I don't know how this works anymore because it's been a while. Okay, I got a Rogue chopstick really quickly. My battery is only 12% of my iPad, so bear with me. I'm gonna put on these dice and let's roll. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Community shelf. Okay, so I had community shelf, and for my community cards, I'm just gonna use my TBR cards that I normally use to pick a loose TBR out of. So these are prompts. I cannot read that. And I'm just gonna pick a card, and hopefully it fits one of the prompts. Read an anticipated read. Okay, that's actually working pretty well because Finley Donovan was a really anticipated read, but I'm just so slow with it that it's weird that you would say it's an anticipated read. I even thought it could have been a 5-star read. So this one is going to be my anticipated read, and it's good because it works for a prompt. Okay, it's Wednesday morning. Today I had a day off. My entire afternoon though is filled, like every Wednesday afternoon if I'm off, I'm just going to spend time with my family, which is like steady plans we always have. Right now I have like an hour-ish until I have to go to my sister's place. So I'm gonna try to read for like approximately an hour. And then maybe this evening I will read a little more, depending on when I'm back home, because I don't really know when I come back home. Sometimes it's like around 4 or 5-ish, sometimes it's later, so we'll see. It's right now 10:30 in the morning. But like I said, my entire afternoon is gonna be filled. So I still had to read for like 3 hours in Danny Brown, so I'm gonna try to finish Danny Brown, or the majority of it, because yesterday I was planning on doing that, or like read a ton of it, but then I actually was more tired than I thought I was, and I ended up not doing it. Today I've been working out and doing some household stuff, and chilling on like some music and podcast listening and everything. And now I was like, you know what, let's go read a little bit before I have to leave. Hello everybody. It's already Monday again, and I'm gonna close off this reading vlog. Just because of the fact that I haven't been vlogging that much or reading that much the past week. I had a pretty busy weekend. Like, I read like maybe a little bit of my nonfiction book, and that's all. I'm gonna try to implement reading into like this week, but I'm just gonna close off this vlog. It's probably not the most interesting vlog because I haven't really been doing much or trying to read much, or not even started my actual first book of the readathon. I'm gonna do that this week. So I'm still into Danny Brown and Finley Donovan, and then the cleaning, organizing book I was reading.